Have you ever spent an hour preparing a healthy meal, only for your child to declare it yucky, without even tasting it? If mealtimes in your home have turned into daily food battles, filled with bribes, tears, and frustration, you are not alone. Picky eating is one of the most stressful, exhausting challenges parents face globally. It leaves us worried about their nutrition, frustrated by the waste, and guilty that we can't get our child to eat anything beyond mac and cheese. But here is the critical truth. Picky eating is almost never about the food itself. It is a defense mechanism. For most children, food refusal is rooted in two key psychological needs: sensory sensitivity and control. Every meal is a barrage of overwhelming sensory information: texture, smell, color, and temperature. For a child with an insecure nervous system, novelty equals danger. This triggers the fight or flight response, making their brain yell, "Don't eat it. It's unsafe." When parents respond with pressure or demands, we accidentally turn a sensory problem into a power struggle. We escalate the battle, reinforcing the child's feeling that they must fight for control. Let's be clear about the biggest mistakes that fuel the food battle. Mistake number 1 is pressure. This includes pressuring them to eat just one more bite, bribing them with dessert, or forcing them to stay at the table. When you pressure a child to eat, their body releases the stress hormone cortisol, which actually shuts down digestion and makes the food physically harder to swallow. Mistake number 2 is becoming the short-order cook. Constantly preparing separate meals for your picky eater teaches them that the world revolves around their refusal, and it prevents them from ever learning to tolerate new foods. Mistake number 3 is making food emotional. Tying eating to praise, "Good job, you ate your broccoli," or punishment, "No dessert until you finish that," creates a toxic relationship with food. Teaching them to eat for validation, not for satiety. The solution lies in shifting the entire mealtime dynamic using a concept called the division of responsibility, DOR, a science-backed blueprint. This framework instantly reduces the power struggle by giving both you and your child clear roles. The parent's job is the WHAT, when, and where, you decide what food is served, when the meal is served, and where the meal is eaten, e.g., at the table. The child's job is the if and how much. They decide if they eat and how much they eat from what you offer. When you firmly stick to your job and refuse to invade your child's job, the pressure is completely eliminated, and their nervous system can finally relax. The first step in using the DOR is to create a plate that feels safe. Every single meal, without exception, must include at least one safety food, something your child consistently accepts and loves, like plain rice, bread, or apple slices. This anchor is vital. Its presence sends a signal to their nervous system. There is something here I know I can eat. I am safe. Next to the safety food, you introduce a tiny portion of the new food or a challenging food. Do not comment on the challenging food. You are simply presenting the opportunity. You must understand that a child needs an average of 15 to 20 exposures to a new food before they will even consider tasting it. Exposure is not eating. It is simply being near the food. Start small. Week 1. Sight. Put the new food, e.g., a slice of cucumber, on the serving plate, not the child's plate. Week 2. Smell. Move the cucumber to the child's plate, but don't ask them to eat it. Week 3. Touch. Encourage them to touch it, maybe with a utensil or their finger. This slow, low-pressure, sensory desensitization retrains the lizard brain to accept the food as non-threatening. Remember, the focus is on interaction, not ingestion. Since the need for control is so high, we must give it to them in acceptable ways. Offer deconstructed meals whenever possible. For example, if you are serving tacos, put the meat, cheese, lettuce, and shell in separate bowls on the table. This allows the child to custom build their plate, giving them total control over what goes into their mouth. They become an active participant, not a passive receiver. This shift from being fed to self-serving significantly reduces resistance and encourages self-regulation skills, because they are making the safe choices. Your language during mealtimes must be completely neutral. Do not praise, do not criticize. Phrases like, "Wow, you ate all your carrots," or, "Oh, you didn't touch the peas," both add pressure and emotion. Instead, use a calm, neutral narration. "I see you chose the rice and the chicken today." Or, "It looks like you are finished with your meal." When the environment is emotionally flat, the child has no incentive to use food refusal for attention or power, forcing them to listen to their internal hunger cues instead. While most picky eating is behavioral or control-based, parents should watch for red flags that indicate a deeper sensory or medical issue. If your child gags or vomits when they see or smell certain foods, if they restrict their diet to less than 15 foods, or if they refuse entire food groups, like all meat or all vegetables, this is a sign of a complex sensory processing disorder, SPD. In these cases, consult a pediatric occupational therapist or a feeding specialist. Your approach will still involve low-pressure exposure, but it requires professional guidance tailored to their specific sensory profile. Creating a peaceful mealtime environment is not about forcing nutrition. It's about establishing trust and security around food. You are teaching your child that their body's signals are important, and that your job is simply to provide options. By embracing the division of responsibility, you are teaching them self-regulation and body autonomy, two of the most important life skills. Remember this as you practice this new routine. You're not a bad parent. You're learning how to coach your child's nervous system into feeling safe at the table. If this science-backed guide helped you transform mealtime stress into calm engagement, please give this video a like and subscribe for more science-backed parenting strategies that truly work. Let us know in the comments below. What is the first new food exposure technique you will try tonight? Thank you for being a committed parent, and we'll see you in the next video.